Okay, let's show you how I clean my Harbor Freight paint gun. And I've heard all kind of stuff about using this and doing that and using special oils and doing all kind of stuff. And you have to clean it before you use it. For the first time, you got to take it all apart and clean it, which they recommend. Tell you what I do. I run about maybe a quarter of this hopper. I mean, not even that much. About right here. Run it through the gun. Then I'll paint. Okay, it's that simple. And they talk about cleaning, how hard it is to clean. It's extremely hard to clean. Okay. Alright. What I do, you see there's been paint in here. I just pull this off after I clean it out. And I run a little lacquer thinner through it. Okay. Then I'll take it with a little lacquer thinner with a paper towel. You don't have to use no special towel. And I'll wipe this out. There ain't nothing to clean. People talk about this. It's the hardest thing to clean. It ain't hard to clean, I promise you. Alright, then you're left with the gun. Okay. What I do is I take a little bucket, a little can. Okay, something like this. It's a measuring cup. Okay. I pull the little screen out. I just unscrewed the... I need to do this on camera. I just unscrewed the hopper off the top. And that's clean. I cleaned that out. But before that, I ran some lacquer thinner through this gun. And the only place it's going to get paint is like in this area right here. Okay? There's not going to be paint down in here. There's not going to be any paint there. Just here. Okay? So what I do is I take my little some kind of little container, pull my screen, throw it in there. Now I put lacquer thinner in here. Okay, I got my lacquer thinner in here. Pour that in there. Okay, now next thing I do, I want to clean the needle. I want to clean the nozzle. Okay, so what I do is I back off on the needle. Come back on the needle. Oop, came all the way out. That's good. That's okay. But all you need to do is back off on it. But I'll pull it all the way out. That's good. All right. That goes in my little hopper. Okay, you got a spring. Okay. And the needle. Okay. There's the needle. That goes in there. Alright, I pull the cap. Normally I'll do it, just back it off and then I'll pull the cap and I'll hold the trigger while I'm doing it. Okay, just pull the cap off. Now, on the cap, there's some tiny little bitty holes around the edge of the cap. If you hold it up to the sunlight, you can see it. And you get a special brush and you get all kind of stuff to put in there and then clean it out. You don't need all that, I promise you. Put a little lacquer thinner and blow with your mouth, blow through here, and it'll blow it clean. And you hold it up to the light and you can see the little bitty, there's several little bitty holes around the edge, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, about 4, 8 around there. You just clean that out. That's simple. Put your lacquer thinner. You don't want to bend your needle when you're throwing your parts in there. Okay, now. With the gun, this came with the gun. A little package. And I have it has a little brush. Okay. And a little wrench. Okay. Alright. Now, this is what you need to clean. Okay. Now I don't pull this down every time that I clean the gun. Okay, in fact, this gun has not been cleaned. And I just used it to paint a car. You can still see paint all over it. Okay. In fact, I'll put the link below how I painted it. I didn't get any fish eyes, have no problem with the paint. Other than I had the gun set wrong at one point, but anyway. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is, there's a little, where we at? Let's see. Okay. This should fit here. Okay. I'm off camera here. Okay, you loosen it. It's pretty stout on there. Okay. We'll go back this out. Okay. Alright. Sometimes these are a little hard to get off. From the factory they put, it looks like, tell you what it is. It looks like, it's some kind of a sealer to seal your threads. Okay. Alright, put that in. Okay. Now there's a seat in here you could pull out if you wanted to. If you're not having any problems, I wouldn't worry about it. Okay. Now, like I said, I run thinner through here. Now what I do is, before disassembling the gun, let's take a spray bottle like this. Okay. And I got it full of thinner. Lacquer thinner. And I'll take it. Now I've already run lacquer through here. Okay, remember? You already do that. It's already got as much lacquer out of it as you can. Okay. And what I do is, I put this in a straight stream, and I spray it into my nozzle. Okay. Now you can get one of those ketchup dispensers and put it in there, and put it over the nozzle and squeeze it. In fact, I had one. I don't know where it is. And squeeze it to there. Okay. Now, once you get it off, put that thing. Now, take this, squeeze some more lacquer thinner into here, and it's going to come out this way. Squeeze it this way. With this gun, you can shoot it pretty hard. You can shoot your lacquer thinner pretty hard in there. Okay. Now, you don't need to pull the gun any further apart if you don't want to. If you don't have any problems with it. Okay. Oh. If you are, you can take these little clips off right here. There's two clips, pull the pin, and then you can pull this needle valve out of here. Okay. I normally don't do that. Okay. Now remember, this part of the gun doesn't have any paint in it. It's just the head right here is what you got to worry about. That's what you got to take care of. All right, now I'm gonna clean everything up. I'm gonna put a little lacquer thinner in here, and we're gonna clean it up. And I want to show you how we're gonna put it back together. Okay. I'm just gonna put a shot in here. We don't need a hell of a lot, a heck of a lot. Pour that in there. And they're talking about taking a gallon of lacquer thinner to clean your gun and all that humbug. I'm gonna have to tell you, that's not so. Okay, that's not the case at all. Not even close. Okay, we're gonna let this soak around in here a little bit. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Now that's cleaning everything. Okay, now, like I said, we're gonna shoot lacquer thinner down into here. Okay. We're gonna shoot it here. We're gonna shoot it into here. Okay. And in here also. Okay. Let me do that. I have to go outside to do that. I'm gonna do that in here. I'm gonna go spray that and I'll come back. Okay, we shot lacquer thinner through it with our little spray gun. Then we just take our little brush and we clean. Now this gun has not been taken apart to clean. This is the first time this gun has been apart. And there's no paint in it. Okay. If you're using water-based paint, okay, if you're using any kind of water-based paint, just run water through it. Okay. If you're using paint that you need a lacquer thinner for, you run your lacquer thinner through it. Okay. Now this little brush can be used to clean other parts of all these little parts here can be scrubbed using this little brush. Okay. And the nozzle, like I said, the nozzle's clean. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we'll take all this out of here. We'll let it dry a little bit, and then we're going to start assembling the gun. Okay, we have our gun apart. We have all this clean. All the holes look good here. We're concerned with this. There's holes all the way around here, and the hole in the middle. We'll make sure that's clean. Okay, of course this is clean, the spring, and this screen here is all clean. Now all you got to do is assemble it. Alright, now, what type of lubrication are we going to use? Okay, you can go out and buy a special gun oil, or spray gun oil, or grease, or whatever you want to use. I've used this all these years, and I've never had a problem with fish eyes or anything. Mineral oil. It has no silicone and it has no petroleum base. It's mineral oil, baby oil. You can drink this stuff. Okay. And then we're just going to simply put a little bit of oil on everything, and as we put it back together. Okay. Now this is clean. We blew this out, remember, and we cleaned it out with our brush. Okay. So all this has been cleaned out. Okay. So now all we need to do. There's the brush. I'm looking for it. There it is. This has all been cleaned out best we can with our brush. It all looks good. Now this has all been blown out. The air holes around here, it's all been blown out, compressed air, and plus all those sprayer. So all this is clean. Okay. So now we're really ready to assemble it. Okay, now we're ready to assemble our gun. That's simple. Everything's clean. Okay, the trigger sometimes will get hard, so what we did, took just a tiny small amount of our mineral oil, put it on our finger, and put it on right here. Now it's real easy to pull. Okay. All right, now we want to put this piece in. All right. Same thing. We do the same thing. Take a small amount of our mineral oil. Put a little bit in the cap here. You can drink this stuff. In fact, this is an laxative. If you're familiar with mineral oil. We had horses and they would colic. If one would colic up, you stick a tube down their nose and you put a gallon of mineral oil down there. So I've never had any problem with this messing up with the paint. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put a little small amount. Put it right on these threads. Okay. Put a little bit on the threads. That's all we need. Okay. I'm going to screw this back in here. This wrench actually came with the paint gun. Okay, tighten it on down. I like to get it good and snug. Okay. Now I wipe this needle down. I wiped the needle down. It did have a little bit of paint on it. That's the only place I could find any kind of paint. Like I said, this gun has never been apart. It wasn't taken apart when I first used it. I ran lacquer thinner through it. And all this taking it all apart and worried about all the little oil and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to put the link below. You can see the job I did spray painting. You be the judge. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of lube on there. Okay. And we're going to insert it right into the hole there. gotta play with it. And I'm gonna put a little bit on this part right here too. Where we at? Don't use much, don't use a lot, don't need a lot. Okay. That's gonna go in there. Alright. Now, just gonna simply take our spring. Now, our spring I wiped down, there was no paint on it at all. Of course, the paint doesn't get this far back. The paint just stays right in this, get on camera. The paint just stays right in this area right here. Comes in here and goes out here. Okay? And there'll be a little bit on the needle, on this end of the needle. Of course, that'll be paint off, paint in here. Okay? Where the paint and the air mix together. Alright, now we're going to put this piece right here. I'll put it in. Oh, let me get on camera. Okay, like I said, we just stick this piece in, put it in. Alright, make sure it screws in good. Alright, we're going to set the gun. I'm going to show you how I'm going to set the gun. Now we're going to take, now this is clean. This, of course, we clean. So we just put that back on. Of course, you can spray horizontal and vertical with this tip. Okay. And always put the markings down. Okay. Remember, you can. In fact, when I'm painting, I'll switch the tip around. Depends what I'm painting. Feels good. Okay. Once we lubricated that, that's all lubrication you need. Just a little bit of lubrication. Okay. Everything's in. Now all we got to do now is put our. Where's our cup? I threw it away. No, here it is. All right. Don't forget the screen. A little trash in there? What the heck here? No, that wasn't trash. That was a little bit of paint, but I ain't got nothing. It wasn't clogging the screen. Alright, now, people talk about all it takes to clean these guns and how hard it is to clean it, and it takes all kind of like a thinner. You see what I'm doing here? It don't take much. Now what I'm going to do is, before, okay, this gun is ready to go. Okay, now before I paint, okay, you can see I got other guns before here too. That's the old school gun I use. Okay, this gun's ready to go. Okay. Everything's clean, everything's good to go. Okay, now I just need to set the gun. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, which is very simple. Okay, now before I spray, let me set the gun and then I'll show you. Okay, pull this all the way down. Pull your handle all the way down. Okay, and I screw in until it hits the back of the, it's going to hit the trigger. Okay, that's going to give me, that's as far as I can go. I can, if I put a pair of pliers on, I can go further. If I really try. Now once it's there, with the trigger pull all the way in, then I'll just tighten up. I got another video on how to set your gun. Tighten up the lock nut. This gun is ready to go, except for one more thing I have to do. Okay, one more thing. I'm gonna leave it just like this. Now right before I get ready to paint, I'm gonna put a little shot of lacquer thinner in here, some clean lacquer thinner, and spray it. Okay. Then, now if I'm spraying an oil-based paint, a water-based paint, I'll put a little water in here and spray it first. Most of the time I'm not spraying water-based. Okay. Put a little bit of lacquer thinner, blow it through my gun, put my paint in, good to go. Okay. Let me say this. Like I said, I've seen people do all kind of stuff with these guns, and some people say they're not worth cleaning, throw them away. Well, when you give it to me, I'll clean it. It ain't hard to clean. Okay. Clean it good when you finish painting with lacquer thinner. Like I told you, just wipe the cup out. It's not hard to do. Now another thing I do, when your cup is off, okay, and you still have air on it, okay, pull this trigger, okay, or without air on it, put it that way. Pull this trigger, and it's gonna shoot the paint out in a little bit of stream without air, without the cup on. Just pull it, just hold it down. And it's gonna get rid of the paint that's in here. Okay, then you can pour lacquer thinner directly into this hole without this cup on. Or you can put the cup on and put lacquer thinner in and hold it down. And it's gonna come out. And you're gonna see it's gonna be a little bit of stream without any air. And it's gonna get rid of the paint that's in there. Okay? Now make sure you got clean lacquer thinner in here. Connect your air and spray it. This is before you work to disassemble it. Now I don't disassemble this thing every time I paint with it. Okay, this is the first time this gun has been disassembled. Now these other ones have been. Okay. Now, in recap, let me say this. KISS. K-I-S-S. Remember that. KISS. Okay. Keep it simple, stupid. I mean, that's pretty much it. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Okay? If you go through all kind of rigmaroles with these guns, it's not worth fooling with. You know, I can understand why people, they want to throw them away. You know, throw it my way. Roll a little lacquer thinner through it and give it to me. I'll clean it. Ain't nothing to it. It's a $19 gun. Now it came with the regulator. They had a special going on. It came with the regulator. Oh. The cup and everything you see. The tool. The brush. Now some people, you can buy a cup that has a plastic thing in it, which they say makes it so much easier to clean. I don't do that. I don't need that. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I just clean out this with a paper towel. And it doesn't take much lacquer thinner. Okay? That's it. That's pretty much it. You saw how easy it is. It's not hard. Keep it simple, stupid. Remember, KISS. I better not say nothing. But keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Don't make it complicated, people. Don't make it hard. It's very, very easy. Okay? Clean these Harbor Freight. This is a Harbor Freight gun, and they spray great. Okay? Everything below you're going to see the link where I painted a car. Okay? And I call it Paint the Car for Beginners. I show you how to paint. I go through the whole thing on painting, and I paint 2 colors, 2 tone, just the front of the car. I don't paint the whole car. With this gun right here. Okay? I paint the whole car. I painted the whole front end with this gun. And like I said, right from out the box from Harbor Freight, put lacquer thinner in it, sprayed it. Okay? Put my primer, or sealer, what you call sealer. I paint that first. Come back with my base coat, come back with my clear. I'm done. Okay. I hope this helps someone. It's very easy to clean. It's not no big hassle. And these cups are not hard to clean. Like I said before. Don't go buy spend all kind of money on some kind of special plastic thing that goes in here and they change your cup out and do all this kind of stuff. Well, you can if you want. It's up to you. I'll tell you what I do. This is how I do it. I keep it simple. Alright. I hope this helps someone. How we do it here. Easily clean our paint gun.